welcome to the Zadzooks Happy Hour, a podcast providing commentary on the latest in film, TV, games, and comics. My name is Todd Stoll, and I'm joined by 25-year veteran reporter covering pop culture, video games, and technology for the Washington Times, Joseph Zadkowski.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I killed my son and buried him in the backyard.
Like you've always said.
Like I always said I was going to do, and it worked.
Great.
So, or I sent him to college,
Yeah.
which is basically the same thing, because there's no cellular reception where he's at.
Oh,
so I can't talk to him.
He must be thrilled by that.
He has to drive to a nearby town to get reception.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. We're working on that one.
Really?
Yeah. He's got to. When he drove to Walmart, I was able to talk to him.
Is it?
This is a pretty big.
Is this just Verizon or is it everything?
It's AT&T. I don't know who else, but we got AT&T. You would think that wouldn't be an issue, right?
Man, does he have a phone in his room?
No.
They don't have a phone in the room?
No.
Weird.
Yeah. They figured every kid has a cell phone, so why would they? Never mind the fact you can't communicate with the cell phone.
That's lovely. He must kind of like that a little bit.
His girlfriend doesn't. It's harsh. He needs to clear his head. He's got classes tomorrow.
Oh, first
He
day?
has better things to do with his time.
Oh,
That's
man.
that's my official comment. Hopefully she never hears this. Of course she won't.
No. Why would she?
Right.
Oh, well, that's fun.
It is. Everything's okay, though. I'm kind of nervous for him and scared because his advisor said, "Are you crazy?" I mean, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well,
In college, everything's not set in stone.
no.
You get there, you have a major, and you go, "Oops, I don't think I want this anymore," and you switch majors.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you are... Because isn't it still the same thing where, like, the first year you're basically just taking the generic classes anyway?
You're taking intro classes and deciding if you really want to do what you're doing.
Right. So, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
It's all a part of college, man. It's figuring it all out.
That's right. And luckily, I don't have to deal with it.
Yep. That's the best part of it, isn't it?
So,
Well,
what's up?
dude, okay. So I think we've got a lot that went on while we were away.
I don't even know where to start. You can start somewhere, and I'll just start piping in.
So they've officially suspended production of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because of the whole director debacle.
Oh,
Apparently
no.
they had a pre-production staff that was brought in by James Gunn.
Oh, right.
And they have since let them all go.
Well, that's not good.
But everyone is still trying to get Disney to rehire Gunn again to finish the movie out.
Why don't they just turn it over to Tasiki Wasabi, and let him do it?
The only thing that I can say is that it's his own fault for posting comments on social media, but there are people who are much more powerful in this country who are really
Posting far worse?
Yeah, really just being pretty downright nasty. And this guy gets fired for something that he wrote in, 08, 09?
But it was pretty nasty, those things.
I know it was, but it's like the guy who's the commander-in-chief isn't necessarily being all that great on social media right now either, so...
Yeah, but I don't think he's talking about pedophilia and...
all I can say is if you're in Hollywood, you should just get off social media, period.
Yeah, you're not helping yourself.
No.
Not one bit.
Nope. So that's weird and interesting. And then on sort of a semi-related note with Guardians, obviously being in the Marvels/Avengers universe, Star Trek 4 is also now delayed because...
Yeah, what the heck is this about?
So the storyline is supposed to reunite Chris Pine's Captain Kirk with his father,
Okay.
played by Chris Hemsworth. And apparently there was a deal that was made that indicated they were going to get paid a certain amount of money.
And they reneged?
Paramount claims that Star Trek Beyond didn't do very well at the box office, which, I mean...
Was that the one with Benedict Cumberbatch?
No, that was the Star Trek Beyond was the one written by Simon Pegg, where the ship crash lands on a planet.
It's the one where there's a motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was fine. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. I mean, it wasn't 1 and 2 money, but it was still pretty solid. It made a profit. So now they're basically saying, we're not paying you anymore. We're not paying you that amount of money. So now...
that's not good.
Of course, now they've both walked away, and it's going to be up to,
These studios make a fortune.
Well, they claim they didn't on the last one. They made a ton
So they made a ton of money on the two before.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Peg writing and co-starring in the last one, I'm sure saved them a substantial amount of money paying a writer, because I bet he didn't get paid a full 1-to-1.
Right.
So, I don't know. That one's also really strange. The box office for the Happy Time Murders, the Melissa McCarthy's movie, bombed.
Bombed as much as a Kevin Spacey movie that I heard made like $126.
I didn't even realize there was one that came out from him.
There was.
Really?
Made like $126.
Did it open in one theater?
I don't know where it opened.
So they said that this Happy Time Murders movie had about a $40 to $50 million budget.
Oh, no.
And it made 12 in its opening week. And it's apparently the second bomb for her back to back. Because I don't know what that other movie was.
It was a ripoff of Back to School, and I don't know what it's called.
Right. And that one also bombed. And technically...
Didn't the one before it bomb?
Well, St. Vincent's was a sort of like, it didn't do well, but
I think
it was...
Spy was the last movie that kind of hit for her.
Yeah, so that's not great. Crazy Rich Asians has been number 1 for 2 weeks in a row.
I don't even know what that is.
I just think it's the same sort of phenomena as...
Is that My Greek Wedding?
No, I think it's a love story.
Like My Greek Wedding.
Well, it's a romantic comedy with an all-Asian cast.
That's fine.
And apparently, as of late, romantic comedies have sort of been skipped over by Hollywood lately because they haven't been doing very well. So this one just takes advantage of an all Asian cast and is apparently a pretty well-written movie. So
you're saying they take advantage of the Asians? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
You're boxing Hollywood into a corner again?
No, what I'm saying is
Me Too Asia
is the reason that this movie, I mean, what they're saying is partially doing well is because it's the first all-Asian movie in like 15 years.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
So that's a big thing, and apparently it's well-written. So the Meg continues to do well.
The Shark movie?
The Shark movie, which I think has maybe become close to 100 million domestic. I'm thinking. I know that Mission Impossible has just completely decimated everything. It's, the top grossing film of the franchise now.
Really?
Yep.
I thought it slowed down.
It's still number 4 with 12 million. It was basically tied for the Happy Time Murders. So that's pretty insane if you think about that movie's been out for, 5, 6, 7 weeks, something like that.
All right. What are we talking about here? Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Mission Impossible is number 10 on the worldwide grosses for 2018.
How much?
538. That's pretty good.
It's not bad. Where's the Happy Time Murders?
I don't think it's even ranked. But
No.
Mission Impossible just started to eke out Hotel Transylvania 3. That kind of tells you what movie audiences are into these days.
Yeah, but you want to know something? The reason that Hotel Transylvania did well, there's not a lot of animated movies.
Not right now. You're
And
right.
it's
Mamma Mia, 345. Hey, Mamma Mia.
That's the sequel, right?
Yeah. Zoinks.
Why? Didn't it not even open at number 1?
No.
I thought the Meg beat it.
People love the ABBA. What do you want me to tell you?
I know, but
People love the ABBA.
I know. Do you ever play ABBA?
My band does not play ABBA. We're looking into finding an ABBA song that was redone in the 80s by maybe a more contemporary rock band.
Uh-huh.
We'll see what we can find. But each evening I try and listen to Fernando.
So you're not
on YouTube. I'll watch the ABBA.
Yeah, you're not completely ruling it out then, right?
I'm not ruling it out at all. I think people would go zippy over that.
So, how much has Crazy Rich Asians made worldwide so far? Because I don't even know if it's open in every country yet.
I'm looking.
It's that silence, man. It's
I know.
We got to look it up.
Sorry.
Well, it's fine.
83 million.
It's made. Yeah, but is that domestic?
No, worldwide.
Worldwide.
So
And so obviously Avengers has got to be number one, right?
$2 billion. Yep. Black Panther 1.3. So that's 3.3 billion in Disney's pocket.
Yeah, but Ant-Man, where's
Okay, wait, look at this. Incredibles 2 1.1.
Okay.
So that's 2, 3, 4. Ant-Man came in at $500,000 so far, 544.
$500,000, $500,000,000.
$500 million.
Man, that's
So-
crazy.
Disney owns everything.
That's crazy.
Disney wins. The man who owns all the toys wins.
I guess.
Disney owns all the toys.
Wow.
Surprisingly, I don't know, I can't say POS yet, but the Jurassic World Kingdom movie, $1.2 billion. How is that possible? Did you see it?
No. I think my kids saw it and they thought it was great. But
It's dinosaurs.
yeah, that's
The dinosaurs.
It doesn't matter, right? It's dinosaurs.
Right.
It's just like you're going to watch an Aliens movie regardless of how bad it is because you want to see the aliens.
Yeah. So I said I would mention this. It's really frustrating because a couple shows on CBS that I really like, I can't watch because I have to buy a subscription to
Right.
watch them.
Right.
So it was announced early this month, it's been that long, that Star Trek Discovery Season 1 is going to be available on Blu-ray and DVD.
Huh.
So that's good for Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be great. I don't know enough about it yet, and it's got a buttload of extra features.
So are they going to do that with Star Trek Picard or whatever it's being called?
Oh, I hope so. That would be. Oh, that was new. Did we talk about that last time?
I don't remember if we talked about that or not, but I'm very frustrated on how badly I want to watch that, but I am not coughing
Paying
up the
for
cash.
it, right?
No way. No way.
This thing's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 featurettes. So this should be fun. We're going to learn about all the different creatures, the Klingons. I heard the Klingons look really different too. I haven't even looked.
Well, the ship looks very sort of Klingon-esque in some ways.
They're going to look at the food on the set. It's very exciting.
They're going
I guess they have some.
Wait, they're going to go to craft services?
Yeah, they've got some exotic food on the set. So there's a lot of features in this thing, man.
my
So
goodness.
we will definitely review it when it comes out.
When's it slated to come out?
Street date, November 13th. So if we're still alive at this point,
So is that near? Have they started season 2 yet?
I don't know. 15 season 1 episodes. 15. And I don't see a price.
Well, I will say this. I'm glad they're doing it because there are some shows that I would love to have on Blu-ray from Netflix or
Yeah.
Hulu, and they're just not
Very hard to find.
They're not doing it. I don't understand
I think I got Jessica Jones season 1 and maybe Luke Cage. but-
Stranger Things season 1 came out just before season 2.
Right.
So I would assume that season 2 will come out, but that's it. Like I don't even like
I mean, Warner Brothers and CW are great.
Yeah.
They put everything out.
Everything.
So you can, and Universal, Paramount does a really good job on a lot of stuff too.
But like the fact that Netflix, I think, has the U.S. distribution rights for Black Mirror, but yet you can't get the DVD because it's only Region 2, means you'll never be able to own it because it only plays on British, on European DVDs, and it's the same thing with a lot of shows there that you just can't watch them.
Amazon's got it for $43 on Blu-ray for pre-order. 15 episodes for $43. It's kind of steep, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
So
I bet that price will drop. It's way too early.
yeah,
I bet when it's done, it'll be
$29.99.
$29.99.
Yeah.
I think that seems pretty clear to me.
So
Well, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know, man. So with Star Trek Picard, we're going to call it that because who the hell knows what it's going to be
Is
called.
he just like in his his library hanging out reading books? What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't know if he's an ambassador maybe, and he's...
Oh, that would be okay.
And he's...
with Q?
Oh, that would be great.
Wouldn't it?
Well, they interviewed the woman who played Dr. Crusher, and she's like, no one knows. He hasn't said anything to any of us. No one knows if we're going to make appearances or like what's going to happen. We don't know where this takes place, how this takes place. It's got to be on a starship.
They're talking about a Shatner, too, I heard.
No, he said no.
Okay.
But he did turn around and say he's coming out with a Christmas album.
Oh, thank God.
Because he had to promote that. I'm
God.
not doing my own standalone show, but I am going to come out with a Christmas album.
But don't you think he'll make an appearance on the Picard show?
Why would he?
Why not?
He gets killed in the TV.
Oh, that's true.
And it's after the fact.
That's right. You are the one who knows all Star Wars. So
Star Wars?
Star Trek.
Oof.
Sorry.
Boy.
Got Star Wars on the brain.
Yeah, I saw that there's a cartoon being made.
Yeah, on a subscription service.
Uh-huh.
So-
and it's being written by George Lucas.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
I won't be ponying up cash for that.
And
I
I've
don't
seen
think.
some of the talent who's voicing it, and it's a mixed bag.
Yeah. All right.
Last thing on Star Wars, did you see that J.J. Abrams is bringing back Dominic?
Yes.
I can never remember his last name.
I know who you're talking about.
He was in Lost.
He's a Hobbit.
Yes, and he was in The Hobbit. Well, he's coming back in Star Wars Episode 9 and something. So is Abrams directing it or producing it?
I don't know. He's producing. He's directing it.
He is directing
Yeah.
it. I thought so. He should have just directed all three of them.
Yeah.
The second one was not as good as the first.
So I don't know.
So are we sort of caught up?
I think we're caught up.
Okay.
Caught up enough to dive into Deadpool.
All right. So we want to take a break, or do we just
Yeah,
want
we
to
can take a
want to
break.
do it?
We can take a break.
Okay.
To check your volumes.
No, everything's good. I'm trying to think if we're missing anything else. There's just so much crap coming out, and with the Halloween drops that are about to happen, it's going to be crazy.
Communities Digital News, built by the writers and editors that deliver the news 24 hours a day. Visit comdiginews.com. That's COMMDIGI news.com. And support the next evolution in news.
Sorry about that. I'm just an important person.
Deadpool 2.
2. The super duper blah 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 cut.
Yes. Did you watch it?
Did you watch it?
Yes.
So you saw the super duper cut?
Yes.
And
It's great.
did you know what the differences were?
It's about another 10 minutes, right?
15 minutes.
Yeah, 10 or 15.
Some of them. So anyway, there's this cool battle in a Japanese bathhouse, and that's extended.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a long, long, long battle now.
Mm-hmm.
Wade's obsession with using new food tagging while at the X Mansion, that's extended. That's there. I know everyone's excited about that. There's more combat between Domino and Juggernaut. Now I got another one. God help me. Okay, sorry about that. My kid's in college.
Yeah, so there's a whole additional scene with Colossus too, right? Or like an extended version?
Yeah, I think there is. There's also the end credit scene where
Yes, where all the time traveling happens.
yeah, and he's in a point where he could kill baby Hitler.
Yes, but there's 3 different versions of that they show in if you go through and you watch like all the deleted and extra scenes and everything. There's like a couple different versions of it where it actually looks like he kills baby Hitler, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't."
It is a dense movie for a pop culture fan again.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we like?
Well, I'm going to first and foremost say this is not as good as Deadpool 1.
Right.
I don't think you can top it. I think the reviews were a bit meh. I think the fact that Tim Miller wasn't involved hurt it a little bit because I think he did bring a little bit of that sort of flair and weirdness to it that made Deadpool 1 decent. But I loved Colossus sort of turning Russian, real Russian, and beating people down, which was great.
I love Juggernaut.
Juggernaut was really good.
Great.
A Negasonic Teenage Warhead, I thought, was also just annoying to Wade Wilson enough to be ridiculous. What is his name? Dolpender.
I think the violence at points is like you can't even look at it.
It's comical. It's like ridiculous how crazy the violence is. Wow.
The cheap shots at Logan and Wolverine and Hugh Jackman are so funny all the time.
Well, I mean, and just like this is the studio that brought to you from the studio that killed Wolverine.
Right.
I mean, it's like, come on, man.
Right. It's great. Did you listen to the commentary track at all?
Yeah, some of it.
Great.
It's bonkers.
Those guys, it's very informative. It's not as frat party as I thought it would be, but it is still funny when they decide to be funny, but they offer a lot of good stuff in it.
Well, what makes this franchise, I think, so special is that you actually have an actor who this is his baby. I mean, like he is in for it.
Well, it's very much kind of like Mission Impossible. I mean, Cruise is very invested in that franchise.
Absolutely. And it shows. I mean, there's just the ridiculousness of some of the things that happened in this. Like, when he's sitting on the couch and he has baby legs.
Oh, man.
And then he gets up and starts walking.
It's hard to even it's funny. It's just
it's
funny.
Ridiculous how he's sitting there and then
and he has to play, and Josh Brolin has to play off that and try and be serious, which is great as Cable.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of Cable, to be honest. I guess I'm going to have to see how he blends in with it in the next movie.
He's a great character in the comic book.
Yeah, it's just it was weird how the sort of turn of events came to be. He wasn't as evil as I expected him to be.
Right.
The way that it was portrayed in sort of all the trailers and everything. I'm trying to think. So, Negasonic Teenage Warhead's girlfriend is hilarious.
Yukio,
Yukio is so funny with Wade Wilson. The two of them like totally get it, and it drives her crazy.
Right.
That scene where all the X-Men are in the room and then they quickly shut the door. I mean, if you blinked, you would have missed it.
Yeah, easily.
I thought
great.
So, have they confirmed, were they all there, or was it just taken from another movie?
In the commentary track, they said that they were on set for another movie. What's the latest X-Men movie? Phoenix?
Yeah.
Rise of the Phoenix?
Uh-huh.
They were on that set. They shot it and sent it to him.
That's hilarious.
It is. It is. The first iteration of X-Force and what happens to them is super hilarious.
So, who comes back? Like Terry Crews in X-Force, so good.
Yeah. The guy who played it.
Yeah.
Pennywise. Zeitgeist is his name. He's an acid spitter.
Yes.
I don't think he's coming back, but it was funny to watch.
I mean, you don't really know, right? Other than what's the regular guy's name? The random guy that shows up and doesn't have Peter. Well, you know he's saved.
Yeah,
because they do the rewind.
Yeah, that's right.
But you would assume that these guys would all come back. I mean, it's hilarious.
Probably not the Vanisher, though.
No,
they couldn't afford the Vanisher.
But how ridiculous!
Pretty ridiculous.
I don't want to give that. I don't want to give that one away.
As ridiculous as the two hillbillies talking about toilet paper on the back of a truck.
Yeah.
Do you know who that was?
No. I guess I didn't pay attention to it. Who was it?
One of them was Matt Damon.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you're gonna have to go back and watch it.
I'll have to go back and watch it. I thought I saw our Vanisher before they went and they did like the deleted scenes and everything, and they did all the bloopers with said actor.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I knew that's who that was, and that's freaking hilarious. I mean, how great is that?
So smart comedically.
I mean,
Ryan Reynolds is just so smart in this movie. How he could have made Green Lantern is beyond me. But
well, I mean, he went back and killed himself.
Yeah, I know, which is great, right? The guy knows how to take a joke.
I mean, he has drilled into the ground the commentary about doing Green Lantern,
Right.
to the point where you have to wonder,
You have to go watch the movie.
is DC finally just like, dude,
Stop.
we get it.
Cease and desist.
Enough.
Stop already.
Enough.
We get it.
Enough. It's fine. Because they're never going to make another Green Lantern again. Never.
They have to. It's such a good character with the special effects now, but we'll see.
I mean, hey, man, he met his wife through Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm trying to think.
Well, I'll tell bonus the extras. There's 10 featurettes, about 75 minutes.
Yep. All great.
All good stuff as far as I'm concerned. 3-minute interview with Mr. Brolin in the makeup chair. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Chance to watch prisoner Omega Red, who is a very big baddie in the Marvel Comics universe, play chess, which is very funny to watch. He's a prisoner.
Who is that? The
in
dude
the icebox.
with the helmet on?
No, he's got an Omega burned into his head.
Okay.
And he's got a really gross skin, his head skin. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll have to go back. There's Deadpool's Fun Sack 2 has 17 promotional teasers of the movie.
I know.
And if you remember, those were mostly pretty great.
Yep.
35 minutes worth.
Yep.
The first one and the best one was probably when they first had Ryan Reynolds changing in a telephone booth,
Yes.
trying to save somebody.
That was during the Super Bowl.
telling Stan Lee to shut up.
Well, and
you
then
get to see his butt cheeks. The music video was Celine Dion.
Yep.
They even have a trailer paying homage to the Golden Girls in
Yes,
there,
yes.
which is funny.
Yes.
And all of the Red Band trailers are in there.
And why is it that there is an homage to the Golden Girls?
I don't know.
Because his swords' names are B and Arthur.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. See, there's so much in this movie.
And
You got to watch this.
It's in the first movie, and for like 2 seconds, you see him grab his katanas, and it says
God.
B and Arthur
Oh
on them,
my
and I'm
God.
like, that's a home run. I don't care where you are. That is smart writing right there.
Domino's great.
Domino is which is the guy with like the concrete helmet?
Juggernaut.
Oh, Juggernaut. Okay.
Yeah. Domino's the girl who's lucky, which pays off.
So well.
Yeah.
The one thing that the movie was criticized about was that his girlfriend is killed off so soon in the movie
Right.
and doesn't reappear until the first post-credit roll.
Right.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. She appears randomly throughout the movie.
But as the group says in the commentary track, Deadpool's at his best when he's completely broken down.
Mm-hmm.
When he's at his most dangerous, when he's backed into a corner and everything's gone wrong.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. I thought it was, once again, a creative and clever way to do it, and you wouldn't normally see that in a Hollywood movie.
Well, and you actually...
Executives would say you can't do that.
You actually got to go inside Professor X's mansion this time. You got to see the X-plane flying overhead at one. I mean, they definitely put a little bit more money
And the
into this
opening
one.
credits are an homage to James Bond.
Absolutely.
And it's hysterical. I mean, this movie, if you haven't seen it, you're out of your mind. If
Yeah.
you're a Marvel Comics fan and you haven't seen this movie, you're out of your mind.
And the thing is I'm looking at the sort of the pure ingenuity of what Marvel has done with their R-rated films with
Right.
Logan and now with Deadpool 1 and 2. And I really do think there's a place for R-rated comic book movies. There really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people think that it's a one-off, but
Well, Kick-Ass was a great movie.
was that R?
Yeah.
But that wasn't really like...
That was insane.
The first one was good. The second one was
Yeah.
not as good. But that first one was amazing. And you know who kind of made it as bad as it is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. No, I thought he did a great job.
He
in
did
that
a
movie.
great job in that.
So,
Yeah, I mean, Deadpool 1 definitely reigns supreme over 2. 2
Right.
is good. It's a little long, I thought. There were a few times where I kind of felt like I was losing
think
interest.
the death scene at the end that never happens.
No, but you know what it was? Is I started with the super duper edition.
Yeah.
And it's long.
It is long.
It's long. I mean, it was two and change.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And boy, by the end, I was like, whew, okay.
So if I'm going to rank the like comedy action movies, I'm still saying Thor Ragnarok is number 1 in my book.
Yeah.
I would say Deadpool's number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for me is 3rd, and then I'll put Deadpool 2 as in 4th. Because I really liked what they did in Guardians 2, where they brought in his father and all that kind of stuff. It was really
I think it was
trippy.
I think it was better because they were established as a team.
Yeah,
and it was just
easier.
The gel of all of it, and plus Baby Groot was good too.
Yeah. So,
but you don't put Ant-Man in there somewhere?
no, not yet.
I think the first one.
You can't compare Thor Ragnarok to Ant-Man.
No, but I'd put Ant-Man after Deadpool 2.
You wouldn't put Guardians
Guardians 1.
1? That was a pretty amazing movie.
I think the challenge is it's just Paul Rudd.
Right.
There's an ensemble cast in every one of these things, and it's just Paul Rudd. So I got to give him some props for that.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe. We'll never know about Guardians 3 because I'm not sure the thing's ever going to get made for a while.
Oh, they'll make it.
The smartest thing they could do would be to bring Gunn back.
Yeah.
It would be because it would. People are going to forget, and they're going to go see that movie, and it's going to make gangbuster money.
Remember Marv Albert?
Now, the only thing that I don't know what they're going to do, they're going to have to address it in Avengers 4, is what they're going to do with Chris Pratt's character.
What do you mean?
Well, he's such an idiot.
Okay.
In Avengers 3.
Well, he's going to have to be reunited with Gamora somehow.
I mean, he's also vaporized, so
right.
Who knows? I really thought that, because doesn't Deadpool make a mention of people randomly disappearing? I think he does. And I was hoping that in the end credits, he was going to stand there and dissolve.
Disappear. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Or then be like, no, I'm just joking.
The commentary guys were made it a point to say that because he wears a mask, they're able to update pop culture references almost to the time the movie releases because they can just put in a new piece of dialogue. You know what I mean?
Well,
and that's how they get away with some of these really super topical things.
And I even from the first movie, watching the featurettes, and they show how they're able to make the mask expressive just with a little bit of CGI.
Right.
Just makes such a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, that suit is very cool.
It is.
Even though he gets ripped in half. Like, multiple.
See, I wasn't going to say that.
Well, he does in the first one,
gave
too.
It away.
Well, no, he rips his arm off in the first one.
Right. No, this one's much more.
It's gross.
You watch it and go, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, it's gross.
I think my wife walked out of the room because he was like, oh, man.
So the one thing that they could have never put in this movie, but they did, and I give them props for it because I completely forgot. There's a part of the movie where they're in a prison and they wear neck collars, which basically takes away your mutant powers. And he immediately starts dying from cancer again.
Yeah.
And I was like, boy, you didn't even have to put that in there. I would have never remembered that.
Right.
But the fact is that he immediately is
he looks terrible.
Looks terrible. He's about to cough up blood. It's just like, oh, wow, I totally forgot. And I guess that's what would happen if he lost his powers.
Yeah.
Is he would
He'd be dead
He'd
quickly.
be dead.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Yeah. It was a good film.
A-.
Yeah, a Deadpool 1 is an A+.
Yeah.
I give it an A-. You can't go wrong with a Ryan Reynolds movie. Very entertaining. I even like The Hitman's Bodyguard.
I don't think I watched that one.
You didn't watch that one?
No.
I mean, it's goofy.
Right.
And it's out there, but Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. Come on, man.
The only clunker in this entire package was the gag reel. I don't know. I think, who's the guy who plays his guy, the bartender, who is his buddy? Who's in Silicon Valley and in trouble.
And he's in trouble.
He's out of the Deadpool 3 movie for sure.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he really?
They will not ask him back.
Did he do something in 2?
No, he had some complaints filed against him.
Yeah, but now they're retracting some of those. I know you talked T.J. Miller.
Yeah, T.J. Miller. He's ridiculously funny.
Yeah, I mean, the claim against him is that he assaulted his former girlfriend,
right?
And that there was somebody on Silicon Valley that claimed that he was just really rude and like very terrible to her. And when you listen to his side of the story, he's like, I'm not going to fight these things because, you know, like no male has the benefit of the doubt, essentially. So I don't know what's going to happen. They got to bring him back. They got to bring that character back.
Yeah, he's a good character.
And
he's funny.
He's not really in this one a lot.
He's in it enough.
Well,
he's memorable.
Yeah, I guess. Got anything else?
No, I think that's plenty.
Yeah.
Did you think?
It's good stuff. You know what's coming out soon? Halloween. All that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. They've got this ridiculous collection of movies coming out this Halloween, around Halloween, celebrating Halloween. Like Evil Dead's going to come out in 4K.
Yeah.
They're doing the Universal Monsters movies, 30 movies on Blu-ray. All of them.
The
originals, Frankenstein,
yeah.
Mummy, Wolfman, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a very exciting Halloween around here.
When does It 2 come out? Is it next year?
I don't know. Probably.
I know Stranger Things hits around Halloween. I'm trying to think of like when is American Horror Story? Does that come out in the wintertime? Or does that come out usually now?
In the fall, yeah.
In the fall.
There's definitely for sure.
Yeah, and then you'll have The Walking Dead kill off Rick Grimes in like a few episodes.
All right, thanks. That was exciting.
Yeah, shot out of a cannon, man. Now
yeah.
go answer all your phone calls.
Somebody go listen to it.
Yeah. All right. See ya.